Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brennan Brownell of Ionia football. How's it going?
Good, real good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited about this high school football season. I know you are too. Just talk about how it's been going this first week. I know you got your scrimmage coming up in a few days, but just talk about that.
Yeah, fall camp. It's been great. We've had 1 week of fall camp, 2 days every day. We've been going hard, hitting people. It's been a real good time, for sure.
Okay, so I know that for you, you never get off the field because you're a special teams guy, you're a running back, and you're also a linebacker.
Yes,
So
sir.
what's it like to just like be on the field all the time?
It's a great feeling. I mean, I would definitely say it gets tiring, but it's very fun. I've always loved to play in Ionia. It's always been a part of me for sure. It's just been great.
So like what's it been like just growing up here in Ionia and always wanting to be a part of being a Bulldog and all that stuff? What's that like?
It's a small town. The team is always a brotherhood. Ever since I've been playing, always I've loved the team, loved the coaches. It's a great atmosphere.
Okay. All right. So I know I'm gonna kind of ask a question. You're just gonna kind of remember it a little bit. What I mean by this is take me back to like, do you like remember, like you're a senior.
Yeah.
So do you remember like anything like the beginning of your football career, like middle school, anything like that? What's the biggest thing that you remember from that? Like from your entire like, is there like one story that's always sticks out?
Yeah, there's always been one story. It's always Coach Ryan. The first day I ever showed up at football, it was a lifting practice. It was a morning practice. It was always an early practice, and it was definitely the first time. It was definitely a wake up call. The first time I went in there, I didn't lift heavy enough the one time, and he made sure I remembered. No, you gotta lift heavy always. You always got to do more than you think you can do.
Yeah. What has it been like? Okay, following up on that, what has it been
Yeah,
like working with him and all that, and just what impact has he kind of left on you, in your football career thus far?
always a winning mentality. Always since he's been the coach, it's always been a winning mentality. He's always wanted to win. He wants us players to win, and it's a good thing to have, and it's a real good. I'm really glad he's our coach.
Can you believe that you're a senior?
No, I can't. These past 4 years, they've flown by very, very fast.
Like I know that going back to because it's like this is remember this is the senior class that when you guys were freshmen, obviously I think we all remember what that year was like because it was the COVID year.
Yeah,
um what do you remember going back to remembering stuff, but do you remember anything about that? Like what was that like for you just as a young kid? Like what is this?
that COVID year was definitely disheartening. It was just different. It was just something you would never think would happen. But it was still nice. We were fortunate to play, but it was just different. It just didn't feel like a football season.
And then now going in, the of course the a year later, coach, that's when coach came in. And what has it been like that? The past 2 years, I know, because I know this program has, this program is trying to get back to where it was. What is that like being a part of bringing this program back?
The rebuilding, it's a good thing to rebuild, but we're only going up from it.
Okay.
We started low and we're getting there and we're always improving. It's a good thing. I've always liked to be a part of it for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a grind.
Absolutely. Okay. So talk about your off season so far. What did you like? What are some of the things that you really got better at?
Definitely footwork. We've been working a lot on footwork, and during our lifting practices during the summer, it's mostly been explosiveness, not so much heavy weight, but more explosiveness in our summer workouts.
Yeah. Okay. So like what are some of the things that, you specifically, I know that there's obviously, different, obviously team workouts and all that stuff, but there's obviously other position workouts. What are some of the things that you focused on to really kind of get better to help everybody else?
It's been my footwork a lot with like linebacker and running back, like making sure I have the right footwork to get where I need to be at the right time
Okay. So I've
and
always
making me faster.
Yeah. Okay. So what's it like running the football? Is there like when you first ran, what is it like just making a run, just running the football across the field? What is that like? Can you like just describe what that's like, just like running for a touchdown or running for a first down and all that stuff? Yeah.
It's something it's one of the coolest things you could really think of doing. In the sport of football, running the ball it's a very cool and good thing, like fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Running around, hitting people, getting past people.
Okay. All right. I know that, what's it just like, growing up in a small town, I know there's not a lot of, in a very small community. So what's it like just bonding with all that your teammates that you've had, the people that you grew up with for so many years?
It's a brotherhood. We've always had the team I've always had. We've always had a lot of love for each other. It's always been the same team, always been the same players. It's just been great. It's nice having the same exact guys in a small town like this because you just grow up and you get better at every single thing you've done since you were a kid playing together.
Okay. All right. Well, Brennan, let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
Yeah.
And there's only one way to do that. And of course, it's the famous 10 burning questions. If for the audience out there, if you've seen these are the same 10 I've asked to every player so far this year. So here we go. Brennan, how do you mentally prepare for a game?
I listen to music. I always listen to the same exact playlist every single game.
Okay. All right. Follow up here. What is on Brownell's playlist?
Dreams and Nightmares is one of them.
Okay.
Um, it's mostly songs by either Kodak or Lil Baby
Yeah.
or that's definitely the main ones for sure. And then I always like to put in what's that song called? Thunderstruck. There we go.
Oh,
That's always a
Thunderstruck by
big one.
AC/DC and all that.
It's
Yeah.
always a big one.
Okay. Okay. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well are you at responding to text messages?
I'd say an 8.
Okay. Okay, so let's just say Ionia is getting a restaurant in the town and you get to pick what it is. So what do you think you would pick? Like this could be like a sit down restaurant or a fast food or any type of food place.
I don't want to be generic, but it'd be Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay. Well, Buffalo Wild Wings is fun. Everyone needs one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Big sports bar. It'd be nice to have a big sports bar here for sure.
Yeah. Okay. What is your pregame meal before a game?
I always like to have 2 protein bars. 2 protein bars and always a Gatorade for sure.
Okay. What do you do to make yourself feel better if you're having a bad day?
If I'm ever having a bad day, I would definitely say just think of the positive things for sure.
Okay. How much do you remember about past season? Okay, we already asked that question. Okay, I'll come up with a random one. Okay, this is like a scenario type question. Okay, so let's say you pick one chore that you have to do for the entire year, and you have to do it for the entire year. But here's the catch. If you do it for a year, you don't have to do it for the rest of your life. So what do you pick?
A house chore?
Yeah, why not?
Cleaning the toilet.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. If you got to pick one social media app to use and delete the rest, what would it be?
The one I would keep would be Instagram.
Okay. All right. Okay, time for the most controversial question on the list.
All right.
Top 5 fast food restaurants.
Top 5 fast food restaurants.
Okay, so here we go. Fast food restaurants. So that's your Taco Bell's, your Wendy's, your McDonald's. There's also the premium fast food restaurants. Those are like your Chipotle's, your Qdobas, Five Guys. So those kinds. Restaurants count too. So 1 is your ultimate best, and then 5 is I still like it, but there are 4 ahead of them. So you can go 1 through 5 or 5 down to 1.
Number 1, as a fast food restaurant, it would definitely be Qdoba's number 1.
Okay.
I definitely put that as number 1.
All right.
Number 2, I would say Raising Cane's
Okay.
as number 2.
All right.
Number 3, I got Chick-fil-A for sure.
All right.
I got 4 at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And 5 would probably be Wendy's.
Okay. All right. This might be tough, but what is a song that you know every word to without looking?
Without looking. Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
Okay. And finally, if you have some advice for your younger self, something you know now, if you could say something to your younger self, something you know now but didn't know then, what would it be?
I would definitely say make sure to put your 100% effort in every single sport you want to play in your high school.
Okay.
In your high school career, for sure. That's what it'd be.
That's what you would tell your younger self?
For sure.
Okay. All right. Well, Brennan, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck this season. Well, let's have you on again sometime, maybe mid-year.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for asking me to be on this.